Starting with the meeting.
Good morning. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A warm welcome to meeting number 209 of the Gabbys Toastmaster of the club. I am Mohan TMR, your sergeant of the day. I am sure you are excited as I am. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours. You are expected to stay entire duration. Before we start the meeting, I would like to highlight some key points. Your video should be on and audio should be off. Audio should be on when able to speak or called to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmaster International does not put any restrictions on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmaster, we request all speakers and role takers be mindful of this. As a club, we are committed to practice diversity and inclusion of the both letters and spirit. Ensure there are no sexist, racist, any such undertone that create hostility or discomfort of members' guests. Let me now call upon our presiding officer, TTM Sourav Dutta. DTM Sourav Dutta is a winner of 2 DTM awards as completed 11 pass in Toastmaster pathways. He has been a president, distinguished division director, and a distinguished area director in the past. Outside Toastmasters, Sourav has played several leadership roles in the Fortune 500 companies, startups, and non-profits. Currently, startup is building his own edtech startup, Practive, which is founded in June 2020. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
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 So let us get started with this meeting of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. A very good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can we just quickly check if your unmute button is working, everyone?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, let's try this. Is it working or not? Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay,
Good morning.
Priyamvada, your unmute button is not working. Irfan, your unmute button is not working.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Lovely. See, now it's all working. Fantastic. So we are going to get started with this meeting of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Let me formally get this meeting started. I hereby call the meeting to order. Okay, we do have a few guests here. I see Malati, I see Meenakshi. So Meenakshi is on camera, so I'll definitely give her the first right to unmute herself and introduce herself. Meenakshi, can we know a little bit about you?
Sure. Thanks so much for the time. I'm Toastmaster Meenakshi. I'm from the Chennai-based Speak Magic Club. I am a freelance content writer by profession and a full-time bookworm. I have a library of 1,500 books. That's the first thing I introduce about myself. As a content writer, I work on blogs, website content, and right now I'm about to publish my own book called The Freelancer's Mindset. So the main reason I joined Toastmasters is to improve my speaking skills and mentor a lot more people and hopefully reduce the rate of my speaking because people say I speak very fast. So looking forward to connect with you all and learning something new here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi. I do agree that you speak a little fast, but I must say that you speak really well. I'm really impressed with your control over your language, your diction, your pronunciation. So you're a good speaker. Yes, you can definitely slow down. And please feel free to join one of our meetings as a speaker, as a prepared speaker. You can connect with our VP Education. We would love to have you as one of our visiting Toastmaster speaker. Okay, Irfan Faruqi. Irfan, are you a guest or a Toastmaster?
Hi there. Good morning. I am a guest over here. Actually, my name is Irfan Faruqi. I hail from Kanpur itself, and I am a trainer of spoken English. I train students for spoken English. My basic motto is to improve my public speaking the more I can, right? I'm able to speak in English. I don't get problem while speaking. I know vocabulary, but public speaking is an art which I want to improve more, though I'm already able to do that because I train students for this. But still, there is nothing which is perfect in this world. We have to keep working hard. For the same, I have joined, and I hope that my experience is going to be very good over here with you guys.
Absolutely, it will. Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to having you in more of our meetings, more of Toastmaster meetings, and looking forward to you investing on becoming a better version of yourself.
Sure, sure.
Okay, we have got Malati Ponnia. Malati.
Yeah, hi. Yeah,
Hi.
I'm Malti. So I'm a software engineer. I have around 20 plus years of experience. Probably I should have joined this kind of courses a little bit before in my career. So I'm a little late in knowing this, and then I'm trying to explore on these now. Yeah, I do have a problem in public speaking, and also maybe the way I speak, and in all other aspects also. Maybe I'm not sure about the vocabulary part, how much I am confident when I have to talk in front of the big crowd. So I'm looking forward this core. I mean, this at least this lecture to understand what all the areas generally one has to take care when they have to address a crowd and other things. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, and any other guests we have? No, I think the rest of all are members. Pajani Raja Babu is our latest member, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, you're
So
right.
now
Yes.
we are going to introduce two of our newest members. They are going to come on camera, dazzle the screen, and start impressing us with their screen presence and with their speech, right? So first we'll go with Pajani Raja Babu, Toastmaster, right? Pajani Raja Babu, over to you. Just a quick introduction about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. And good morning, everyone. I am Pajani Raja. I'm working as an AWS architect in one of the consulting services. So the main reason I come here for, there are enough leadership position there, even though if I'm technically competent, but there are enough challenges for me to move to my next positions. Definitely, I hope Toastmasters is going to be helpful for me to do that.
Absolutely, it will. And one of the best things that you learn in Toastmaster leader in the leadership role is something that we call is servant leadership, where we practice leadership without the badge. We don't really need a badge to be a leader. We just need the willingness, the intent, and the ability to serve as a leader. And that's what we inculcate, we develop in various roles, and as club officers and as district officers and beyond. Welcome to the Gabbys, Toastmaster Pajani Raja Babu. The
Thank you.
next person, I was expecting her in person, but she has decided to join online. Toastmaster Saroj Rathod, our newest member. I think she joined just yesterday, freshly minted Toastmaster. Yes, there she is. Yes, Saroj, over to you. Please introduce yourself again.
Hello everyone, this is Saroj Rathod. I am from Hyderabad. I have a 10 years of experience, but right now currently on a parental break. I spend a lot of time with my kid and learning his way of drawing. So I'm enjoying the family time. Thank you.
Thank you, Saroj. Saroj is from Hyderabad, but right now she is in Bangalore. So don't think that I am telling her to come over from Hyderabad to attend this meeting in person. So she didn't say that part of the information. We have a very special guest who just now joined us. Someone that Nancy and I know for ages. She has been a pillar of support for a lot of things that we do at the Gabbys. And the rest of bit about her, she will tell herself. Distinguished Toastmaster Ekta Shetty. Can you please, if possible, come on camera and introduce yourself very quickly? There she is.
Hi, Saurav. So I've been a big fan of Saurav, especially the way he speaks, and he has visited my previous club also so many times, and I don't think anybody can compete with Saurav in a table topics contest. He's so good at especially at table topics, and of course Nancy has been a dear friend too. I've been on a break from Toastmasters for 8 months now, but I have to share this with all of you that Deepak Menon sir is my mentor, so I speak to him regularly, and he was telling me that if you have to rejoin Toastmasters, you have to rejoin Gabbys. It was his recommendation, and he said you should reach out to Saurav and Nancy. I said I know them because I speak to them regularly. And I've been delaying this also, to be honest, because there are a few professional and personal challenges that I've been going through in my life. But I reached out to Nancy 2 weeks back, and she was so warm and welcoming, like Toastmasters always are. And here I am today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ekta. And that was orchestra to our ears, not music. Because I'll tell you why. Because distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon. Who is he? He is the past international president of Toastmasters International. So if DTM Deepak Menon is recommending the people to join the Gabbys to rejoin Toastmaster, seriously, we must be doing something right. I think that alone, we deserve a big round of applause for that. Thank you so much, all the members, that we are in a place today. We have built a club in 4 years where such a veteran Toastmaster, such a seasoned Toastmaster, such a distinguished Toastmaster like DTM Deepak Menon is recommending people to join our club. So, and thank you so much, Ekta, for letting us know. You literally made our day, particularly Nancy and mine, because we are, and Aparna, because we are the charter members of the club. 4 years back when we started the club in 2020 September, no one knew me and we knew nothing about Toastmasters. So from there to here, it has been an incredible journey. And it has been possible because of the support of all the people. Everything that Sweta said, I liked, including the fact that no one can beat me in Toastmaster and table topic. Just that it's a bit of a lie, because sitting right here is Toastmaster Arshin Chug, who did beat me in the table topic contest at the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, right? So yes, I got beaten up, and very gracefully and very happily I get defeated by my club members and my mentees. Okay, with this, I will now talk a little bit about the theme. So here's the thing. What happened once is that I was sitting in the canteen in Target. At that time, I was a director in Target. And we were having lunch. It was during lunch time. And there were people all around me. And I found two girls. They were sitting just a couple of chairs away. They were talking amongst themselves that, seriously, this is what happened. Yeah. Oh my God. How could he do that? Said, can you imagine? He left his laptop at the Paris airport and came back to India. How careless. And these people are our leaders, man. Seriously. A director is so careless. Now, what was special about this conversation? What was special about this is that this director that they were talking about was me. So I had actually left my laptop at the Paris airport and had flew back to India. It was during the security check. I don't know, anyone has lost their luggage in the security check here? Okay. Anyone has lost their laptop in the security hold? Water bottle you can, come on, who was that? Karthik. I knew. Okay. So the thing here is that I actually left my laptop in the security hold. And after that, getting back that laptop was another story. It took me almost 2 months and a lot of running around to finally get the laptop. And so lost and found is a theme I can totally relate with. But before we go into that role, we have found back a new role in the Gabbys. This role always existed, but we lost the role because we never found a good role taker for this. Now we have got a pretty horrible role taker for this, who can very shamelessly come and crack jokes on which you will not want to laugh.
Yes.
So please, let's welcome our resident joke master, who is a specialist in PJs, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello guys, hi.
Chahiye?
No, I have it.
It's fine, no?
So, so I feel bad for the original stand-up comedians when somebody called me as a stand-up comedian, to be honest. And last week we started this joke master role, and last week was a bomb. So in stand-up comedy, we have a term. If a stand-up comedian does a very good session, we call it as he killed that session. If it doesn't do, then we call a term called bomb. He bombed the session. So I bombed the session, last joke master role. I was having a chai and I would want to praise my Gabbys members are so kind. One of my Ankur is not there today. He came and told to me that, Karthik, your jokes, I liked your jokes. I was like, no, I myself didn't like my jokes. Why are you being so kind? You know what did he say? You are the best we can have. Guys, he literally roasted me, guys. So guys, today the jokes are going to be still more pathetic.
Okay. So today I'm going to speak about one of the worst things happening in India, that is population explosion. We already know that every place is crowded. Everywhere you go, people are there. Everywhere. You go on malls, there are people. You go on trial rooms, there are people. You go on stations, there are people. You go on airports, there are people. So one day I was walking on a road, I thought to open a manhole and see if there are people inside the manhole. Finally, I found people in the manhole. First, I thought they are BWSSB workers. So I asked them, hey pals, who are you guys? What are you doing there in the darkness? They replied me saying that we are finding light in the darkness. Yeah, I know that is bad, but still. We are trying to find light in the darkness. Then I told to these manhole workers, not workers, people who are even enjoying there, not even sparing a manhole. I told them, yes, you will surely find a light when I light a candle in your funeral. Guys, that's how jokes are. Okay, so finally, so but again, where do you find most of the crowds, especially in festival seasons, in railway stations? People just want to go and enjoy festivals. So 2 years back, I had booked a ticket reservation in 3AC to go to Diwali to my hometown. Unfortunately, the ticket, my waiting list didn't get confirmed. But I went because of greediness of celebrating Diwali. I went to railway station thinking that I can bribe ticket collector. I asked him, hey, ticket collector. He said, can you please give me a seat? I will pay you extra. He said, there are no seats. All seats are filled. People are even sleeping on the commode in the toilets. I myself brought a chair from home to sit. Then I asked him, can you please share your chair? I can pay you extra. He said, pay the same extra amount to auto and go back home and sleep on your chair. So that Diwali I celebrated alone by matching, not bursting the crackers, but by lighting a matchstick as a sign of protest towards this population explosion. And I thought of going to general bogie, but I couldn't take that courage. But my dear friends, getting into general bogie in trains is as challenging as getting a trial room to try clothes in malls. Yes. Long queues, even there also people, long queues in weekends. One day, there was a man who was standing in the queue, holding a cap, getting into fitting room, he was about to try a cap in the fitting room. Cap. And the other guy who was standing in front of me, holding bunch of clothes, 15 clothes. When he came out of the fitting room, he didn't even buy a cloth. I asked him, why didn't you buy even single cloth? He told, I don't want to settle for less. I told him, one day you will be surely less from this world. So this way, guys, everywhere people, everywhere. And the other places where I feel the most crowded places are monuments, historical places. I'm a history buff. I love going to historical monument place, exploring history. But other people are just coming there, crowd, full crowd, just taking selfies and not letting people like me to explore the places. Yes, that's the truth. And finally, one day, 4 years back, I went to India Gate on Thursday, non-holiday season, but surprisingly, I found 10,000, almost all 5,000 to 8,000 people. I'm not exaggerating, guys. I'm not exaggerating. But seriously, I went to enjoy India Gate, but actually I couldn't find any gate. I found whole of India there, in front of India Gate. I mean, I feel so frustrated. Everywhere you go, people are there, everywhere. Then, and especially it is happening after COVID. Yes, after COVID. Because people realize that no matter what, one day they are going to die. So they just want to roam around. So one of my friends, who is a great traveler, I asked him, why are you going to Goa? He said, Kal ho na ho. That means he is not aware, he is not sure of being alive tomorrow. That is a sentence. Why are you going to Kanyakumari? Kal ho na ho. Why are you not bathing? Kal ho na ho. So So for everything they say kal ho na ho. So guys, everywhere crowd, and this is what I feel, that no matter what happens, go and enjoy in the crowd, because no matter what, we may not be sure of kal ho na ho. Thank you guys, that's my time.
Thank you. Karthik. Can I request people to switch on their camera once, please?
Bomb.
Okay, people in the room, can you please stand up? We'll have 1 minute of silence. For the death of good comedy that just happened here. So yeah, so that's that's what's happening. Yeah, if you can see what's happening with Noor, that's exactly what's happening with us. Please sit down. And if you think your comedy, your jokes are worse than that of Karthik's, the joke master role is open at the Gabbys. We only give chance to people who are bad at comedy. So if you are bad at comedy and you want to make us feel horrible at the start of Saturday, please do take up the joke master role at the Gabbys. This role is available for anyone and everyone, just that we are not going to pay you anything except with our attention. And with this, I'm going to now introduce our Toastmaster of the day for today. Our Toastmaster of the day for today is the Secretary and Treasurer of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh. Toastmaster Upasana comes from a very sweet place, which is Calcutta. And she loves sweets. And today she is going to talk about how she lost and found her own self and how we can also in the process discover that. Over to you, Toastmaster Upasana.
Thank you so much, DTM Sourav Dutta, for this warm introduction. Good morning, each and everybody. And thank you, our joke master, Toastmaster Karthik, for giving a beautiful tempo to this meeting. I'm sure everybody has enjoyed it, no matter if your jokes have landed or not, but we have enjoyed the presence and it was great. So with this theme, lost and found, we usually think about materialistic things which we have lost, like pen, like DTM sort of said, laptop, or these are all tangible things. And of course, I'm sure that you all have lost something or other and maybe have found it. But what about those intangible things like courage, love, hope, strength, efforts? What about that? I'm sure in this process, in this livelihood, we have lost
Masala
these
tea
all
or normal
things.
tea? Huh?
Offline people, can you mute, please? We can hear your conversations. Yeah. So continuing with this, give me a moment, please. Yes. In this process, we have lost our courage, but we have even found our purpose. Maybe we have lost our luck to get certain job or get this certain position, and maybe we have found something better. So this theme, lost and found, resonates deeply because it mirrors our own life. And in this process of losing, we have often find something which is better than what we have thought. Better, meaningful, and something which is very purposeful. Whether it's resilience, a lesson, or a new path. And today, as we move through our meeting, I encourage you all to reflect on that and share tidbits from your life. Can somebody come on camera or from the offline people and say, what is that you have lost recently and found in this intangible thing? Anybody can raise their hand or from the offline team. Anybody? Yes, Meenakshi, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Yes, hello Toastmaster Upasana. I would say what I lost recently, like especially once I joined my corporate job, was my sense of humor and my childishness. I lost my childish innocence and everything because it was very strict over there. And I am in my early 20s, and everybody at my office was like 30s, 40s. So there was a huge generation gap. So only after I started freelancing and now I am doing on my own terms, I have found that inner child again. I am able to crack stupid jokes. So I have found that side of myself again, which I couldn't put out in my corporate job.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Binakshi, for sharing that incident. Because I can resonate it with you because even I am quite childish and I talk a lot. So getting into corporate and you have where you have to behave in a certain way is a challenge. So yes, you do lose your innocence, but eventually you find your way to maintain it. Thank you so much. Somebody else? Can anybody else come up and share their lost and found story? Anybody from the online or offline? Yeah, Irfan, Toastmaster Irfan.
I'm so sorry, but I'm not a Toastmaster. I'm a guest over
Oh,
here.
guest.
Okay.
Apologies.
Miss Ghosh, I would like to let you know that I've lost my childhood somewhere earlier, right? Then after that, I've become a teacher. I've started training students. So I used to be very serious and all. Then now I have become a father of 4 month kid. Again, I've just got my childhood, I think. So to make him laugh, sometimes I do some activities. So these things just like realize me again that I have got that again a bit. Not exactly, but somewhere I've got that.
Oh, that is such a beautiful lost and found story where you lose
Thank you.
your innocence or your childhood, but then through your child you can reminisce it again. Thank you so much, guest Irfan, to share
All
this.
right. Thank you, ma'am.
With
I
this,
can share one thing. Yeah.
yeah, sure. Who
So
was
one
that?
day I lost 200 rupees on the road. Later I found 2000 rupees on the same road. Yeah.
Was that 2000? I mean, before demonetization or after?
After, obviously, 2000.
Then it is of no use.
Good for
Toastmaster Karthik. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing your tidbits. And I'll, of course, come again and ask everybody to share their tidbits about lost and found about this theme. Moving forward with our meeting today, in regular Toastmaster meeting, we have three sections. Prepared speech section, second is TT, that is table topic section, and third is evaluation. Now, to maintain this and to coordinate with this, I would like to call upon our general evaluator who will brief us about the TAGL team, that is timer, our counter, grammarian, and listener role. So for today, our general evaluator is Toastmaster Mukund. Toastmaster Mukund is a financial professional working for Capgemini as a director. He is currently the Vice President Education of Gabbys Toastmaster Club. He loves to read, public speaking, and currently he is learning golf. Toastmaster Mukund Joshi.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the purpose of the General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. And I'm not alone in this particular task of mine. I have a team, which we call the TAGL team, to assist me. And now I will request each one of my TAGL team members to come up and explain their role. I will start off with timer. And the timer for today is Toastmaster Kamal Jain. No, sorry. I don't see the timer.
Priyamvada.
Oh, okay. Can I request the TAGL team members to please rename yourselves so it will be easy to identify? Thank you. So, Toastmaster Priyamvada, can you please explain your role?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Now imagine you are cooking a perfect dish. And to cook a perfect dish, the timing should be right. And here in Gabbys, when we conduct our meetings, we keep the timing perfect. And for that, we have this role which I have taken, the timer role. As a timer, I will signal you guys. I will signal you guys when the time is right to continue, when the time is right to take a little stop, and when the time is to stop. So, for that, I'll be having green card, yellow card, and red card. Let me show you. Just give me a minute. Okay. So this is the green card, the yellow card, and the red card. Today we are having a panel discussion. For that, the timing would be at 20 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 30 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at 40 minutes, I'll show the red card. For table topic session, at 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll show the green card. At 2 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 2 minute 30 seconds, I'll show the red card. Similarly, for the table topic evaluators, the timing would be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 2 minute 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. That's all from my side. I will show my report at the end of our evaluation. Over to our general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Priyamvada. I'll now move on to my next role player, which is that of the R counter. And today's R counter is Toastmaster Amit Ranjan. Toastmaster Amit, can you please explain your role?
Just to clear, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The purpose of the counter is to listen and make a note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all the speakers and roles of today's meeting. The report would focus on 5 major areas: filler words such as inappropriate interjection, for instance, and well, but so you know. The use of crutch words similar to basically, actually, this thing. Repetitive word or phrases in form of I or this means, unintentional long or short pauses made by the speaker. I will present the rest of my report when called by for the general evaluator during general evaluation session. What do you, Toastmaster?
Thank you very much, R counter, Amit Ranjan. I will now move on to the next role player, which is that of the grammarian. And today's grammarian is Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, can you please explain your role?
Just a minute. You need to have the microphone.
Thank you, General Evaluator Mukund. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language uses. I'll take note of any misuse of the English language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is zesty. That means full of energy and enthusiasm. Zesty, G-E-S-T-Y. Uses of this, his zesty personality always lights up the meetings, or she gave a zesty performance. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I'll give a word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, General Evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you very much, grammarian Shubham. May I now call upon the listener, which is Toastmaster Mohan, to please explain your role.
I'm the listener of the day. I will be listening closely to everything said during the meeting and will draft a short question to test our listening skills of the meeting. I hope all guys are remember our Toastmaster jokes will test your listening skills end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, listener Mohan, Toastmaster Mohan. Yes, with this, I will come back at the end of the session to give all of you my report. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Upasana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mukund. That was our general evaluator. Now it's time to hear from our prepared speaker. The member have worked hard to craft their speech. And since it is a panel discussion, so we are very eager to hear what she brings up. And our first speaker, she's the only one-on-one speaker. So our speaker today is Toastmaster Arshin. She has recently joined Salesforce as a product manager who loves to read and write poetry. Toastmaster Arshin will be attempting her path dynamic leadership level 5. Her project name is panel discussion. Timer, please note. The speech duration is 20 to 40 minutes. How does technology impact our everyday life? Toastmaster Arshin. Toastmaster Arshin, how does technology impact our everyday life?
Can you spotlight Mukund and Gauri? Mukund and Gauri, spotlight. Should I do it?
All good.
Yeah, I'm just Mukund and Gauri have to be spotlighted. Okay, are we audible? Okay.
Yes.
Everyone audible?
You wanna try speaking?
Yes.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes,
Awesome.
you are.
Should I wait? My evaluator is outside. Can we start? Yes. Okay. Okay. Priyamvada, I think you're the timer, so I'll start now. So hi everyone. I think for a lot of us, this is our first panel experience. So what are we going to talk about today? Marriage, MBA, manager. These three things have a commonality inside all of the three. My marriage, my MBA journey, and me becoming an associate product manager at Salesforce. Can someone take a guess at what is common between all the three?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Letter M.
Letter M. Other than that, our joke master. Technology is the commonality. I found my husband online when I was doing a COVID MBA in 2022. We talked for 2 years online. I did my MBA fully online. There were around 2 years, 6 semesters, and around 50 exams that I had to give where I learned everything online. There were countless conversations I had with my husband before deciding he would be my husband online. And finally, I'm now an associate product manager at Salesforce online. It's a mostly remote setup. We don't usually have to go to the office that much. And I talk to people who are in San Francisco, Seattle, Israel, and geographies all across the world. Someone starts their morning at 4 p.m. our time. Someone starts their morning at 9 p.m. our time. But the beauty of technology is that it's brought everyone together. But you know, there was a very concerning thing that happened very recently. So I was in a team meeting and one of the fellow product managers asked our boss, we keep on telling people we are creating agents and AI is the future of technology. Aren't we making our own jobs finished? Like, will our jobs survive? Are we making our own selves redundant by making these agents and bots and AI? Are we going to stop working? Is a bot going to write a PRD in the future? Is a bot going to solve a bug in the future? So our boss gave a very pertinent answer to that. He said that technology has taken different forms and metamorphosized into so many different sizes, forms, shapes over the year, but people have not become redundant. It's actually opened up avenues. Over the years, technology has taken shapes and forms, and I want to talk today about what technology is. There is a myth that technology is all about what you see online, AI, digital. No, technology is the application of knowledge. Technology creates new things or changes how we do things previously. We used to go to a restaurant and order food there. Now we do it on Swiggy. We used to find our partners in college, in a meeting, in a wedding. Now we do it on Tinder and Bumble. Also, there are various ways now that we interact with our life. There are touch points that are filled with digital touch points. And that's how technology has altered our lives. And today, what I want to talk about is the fact that first we'll break down what technology means to all four of us. Where has it impacted your life? What are the touch points where you earlier never used to use technology and now you use a whole lot of technology? What is it that you react when you hear a very buzzword, crypto, NFT, AI, ML? How do you react to it? What do you think has gone well with technology and how has it altered your sense of self? And finally, is there any ethics? Is there an angle of ethics to technology? Is it permeating our life so much that we don't have a borderline where it should not cross into our life? So I'll start with the first question, and how I'll go about it is I'll take everyone's name and I'll ask a question. And if I like a point that I want to explore further, I'll take a segue from there. My first question is, because a lot of us are new to each other, I want to first understand what are the various aspects of your life where technology touches. What are the touch points? And how has it changed how you used to do things? Maybe we'll start with Mukund.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Arshin. Technology has affected every part of my daily life, to be very honest with you. Right from the time, I leave for office where I use Uber or Ola or something to book a cab, I use technology over there. Once I reach office, I go to office because it is mandated to go to office, not because we do anything in office where there's some kind of a personal connect with my other colleagues. So you go to office and there I again get into the meetings, team meetings, where people from, as you rightly said, all over the world come for a meeting and then we discuss about our work, our job, what are the tasks to be done, where we are, etc., etc. So again, there I use technology. And then I can tell you one more thing. In the afternoon, I go for lunch to the cafeteria. Now lunch, there is tech involved even there. We have an app called, I forgot the name of the app, where all the stalls are already there in that app. And we have to go to the respective stall and book the food that we want and make the payment through that app and show the screen to the stall owner who gives us the food, right? And that is another way where tech is involved. Again, once we finish the lunch, we come back and again get into team meetings, which again, where there is tech involved. And what do we discuss in these team meetings? Again, in these team meetings, we discuss how much automation has been completed, or what are the stage of platforms that is getting implemented, etc., etc. Again, tech is involved. And needless to say, I come back home by booking a cab on my online app, right? Once I come back, I don't know if I'm too exhausted, I may get into Netflix to watch a movie or something like that. And even while sleeping, I look at my WhatsApp messages before I go to sleep. So that's my day. To be honest, that's
awesome. Yeah. I think the app that you mentioned, by any chance, is it the Deloitte app? When you go to the canteen, you have to open an app and
No. It's called
I faced the same thing when I visited the Deloitte building. Like every restaurant was in front of me, but just to order, I had to download an app and add something there and
it's
order
called
food.
GoKhana.
Okay.
It's called
So,
GoKhana.
okay. Awesome. So let's move on to Gauri. Gauri, anything new that you have to add there? Is there an app that maybe Mukund didn't mention, or how has technology impacted your everyday life?
So, for me, I had this belief that I and technology repel each other. Like I don't know, if I press enter, it will go to space and some rubbish like that. But when you asked me to come for this panel discussion, I think technology is all pervasive. And I agree with what Mukund said, from the start of the day to the end of the day, there's something or the other that you're doing. All of us have some quirks or some small things which might not be very big for the other person. For example, I have very severe sinusitis, and that gives me allergy from hot and cold air. So all these, the heaters, the oil heaters are a boon for me, because there's no air coming out of it, things like that. You asked me about an app. So the app to enter my society, it's called My Gate, and I have full control and who to allow entry to. So it's so convenient. You don't have to, nobody rings the bell that you don't want, there are no unwanted guests basically. In terms of health, so Fitbit and things like that are extremely helpful in tracking your health. These are some things that, these are areas where it has affected me, and of course at work. And I'm sure that we're going to deal with it ahead.
Yeah, great. Amit, what is your perspective here?
Yeah, I mean, starting, maybe I'll talk about daily life,
Yeah.
how technology helped me. So let's say starting from morning. This is a very simple feature. So I don't eat non-veg for a given day. So I add a alarm and I add a reminder that I don't have to
Eat non-veg.
eat non-veg. So that's how I start my day. And then moving back to, I work as a software developer. So as a software developer, I need to communicate with my collaborators. So I use Gemini to rephrase the statement, to write a better design doc, to communicate effectively. And then I use multiple apps like chess.com. And recently I have started teaching kids as well, teaching kids for JEE preparation. So recently I came to know about this profound feature. This was discussed in a Apple event. So you can write any text in iPad, and it will actually draw the graph of that equation.
Wow.
So that was really profound. And yeah, I come across other lot of different technology that make our life feel.
Awesome. So by talking to all of you, it brought out certain key aspects of your personality. So if I talk about what Mukund said, it felt like for the very basic things like travel, food, he uses these apps. When I talked to Gauri, it felt like for, say level 1 complexities, for example, diseases. I would have never thought that, something like this, but then there are things like a period tracker app that come to my mind. You can track when you're going to get your period. What you talked about was actually very interesting. I don't see an heater as a form of technology, never before. But when I was searching the definition of technology today, a heater actually is a form of technology, and it changes how we used to heat rooms before. And finally, when we talk to Amit, it provides a very deep perspective into the fact that he's so well immersed in his job as a developer that all the tools that make him a better developer are available online. And even to talk to people, he uses Gemini to rephrase things. So it brings out certain aspects of all of your personalities. Now, my second question alludes to the fact that we have a lot of personas online. We have one profile on LinkedIn, one profile on Instagram. We have a persona on WhatsApp per se. We have a Facebook profile as well. There are certain social media applications where we are present. And there are certain other places where our persona might have been digitalized in the past few years. How has that permeated in your life and affected your sense of self? Do you find it hard to maintain a different persona on all of them? Because Facebook is maybe safe for family members. LinkedIn is safe for your co-workers and for your career progression. Instagram maybe for your own, digital diary. It's your book, it's your journal. You want to say what you want to say online. And then there are people who are consuming that knowledge and giving you signs of whether they like that or not. There are likes, shares, subscribes. Some of you might, I don't know, might be on YouTube. I've tried YouTube for a bit. I've tried to create an account and put podcasts out there. So does it become taxing to have so many profiles, and does it affect your real sense of self, the person who is sitting here on the call today, or does it help you broaden your avenues and discover more about yourself? We'll start with Amit this time.
Yeah, I truly agree that focusing on all these different social media sites. We need to be a different person. So for LinkedIn, we need to be more job oriented. We need to be more technology oriented. For Instagram, we need to share our personal life, like how we are enjoying, and yeah, Facebook for relatives. So yeah, I think we kind of lose the true sense of ourselves. Yeah, yeah, we pursue on different site in a different way, and we may lose our true identity. So yeah,
Nice, interesting. Gauri, you have something to add here?
I am there on all these platforms, but I think it's my choice. It's our choice how much you want to put out there. And I'm not too much in everybody's faces on social media. When it comes to affecting my self-esteem, that's not really a concern for me. I'm very liberal in using features like block and selective watch and all of that. I'm extremely liberal with it. No problems there. So this is not where it affects me. But yes, looking at other people, sometimes it gives you answers to something you might be dealing with. So I look at it that way. In terms of affecting my self-esteem, it doesn't happen to me.
So Gauri, you touched a very interesting point, which brought forth the fact that if it's also different if you're an introvert, extrovert, or an ambivert, right? If you're an introvert, you might find it difficult to create so many personas, because in real life also you don't really want to put yourself out there so much. But on the flip side, you actually might enjoy it, because there are people who do not who are not able to talk that much in real life, but online they have a very interesting social persona. On LinkedIn they are very interesting. They talk about tech, they talk about books, they talk about new upcoming technology in their areas. And extroverts, for example, want to thrive everywhere and want to build connections everywhere, but extroverts might find it difficult online, because the world is their oyster. There are so many people out there that they have to live up to the expectations in their head and the society. But I also like the fact that you said that you control what you want to see, who you want to see, and what you want to follow. You can block instantly. So while technology brings along with it a lot of boons, I would say, there are a lot of controls that we have on how we deal with this technology. Mukund, what have you faced in this respect? Do you also have profiles on all of these platforms? And has someone ever come up to you in your family or in your workplace and talked about your online persona versus the person that you are in real life? And has it been different?
Well, my approach is very similar to Gauri's approach. But having said that, I have found LinkedIn extremely useful. I have gained a lot of knowledge from LinkedIn. The articles that come in, the opinions that are posted over there. And these kind of things really make me feel that, I will lose out something if I am not very active on LinkedIn. So that is my take. On Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, I am there. I have an account over there, but I don't do much of posting. In case if I go out on some tour with, say, my family or something, then I post few pictures of that. Otherwise, I just see what my close friends have posted on Facebook or Twitter and just give a like or a share on those pictures. That's all. That is limited. That is how limited I am as far as my interaction on these, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are concerned. But I'm very active on LinkedIn, and I think it has really helped me. In fact, I should say that a couple of my jobs I have got through LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is something that I would never let go of, to be honest. So that's
Okay.
my take on this. Yeah, and I really don't think my self-esteem is in any way affected
Okay.
by this Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or even LinkedIn. There's so many people who get promoted. They put their promotion details on the LinkedIn. Someone who are pure, someone who are much lower than me in career, but now they have really gone much above me in the career and all. It is good. It is know what they have done today and to learn from them rather
Yeah.
than affect our self-esteem in some way or the other.
Yeah. So I'd like to just summarize at this point the things that we talked about, that social media and technology does well with what we are doing. It connects people. I never imagined that I would be here and talk to someone in the US or in Israel or in other parts of the world, in Paris, France. I would have never imagined, or we would have never imagined, that healthcare would make such leaps and bounds. So today we have increased the human expectancy and the longevity of our lives. We used to earlier, not have cure to a lot of the diseases that are coming up today. The diseases are unique, the medicines are unique, and how we solve those diseases are unique today. So these are some of the things that are really good about technology. But when I went online and searched about how are we getting affected in the negative ways with technology, the primary concern was environmental impact, and the second one was privacy and ethics. So I want to cover the first one first. So social media and technology have a huge impact on environment as well. All the technology that we are using is burning space online. It's taking up space online, and it's taking up space in some server somewhere. And we are creating a lot of pollution, so to say, cyber pollution, so to say. Do you always think about this aspect of technology? Because at the end of it, we say the earth is our mother. It is going to come and bite us back in the back, and it is going to, start also contributing to the depletion of humankind if we do not take a step right now. So do you think about the environmental impacts of technology, which are negative? Gauri, do you want to start?
So yes, I think data centers and data servers, all that is being used is emitting so much of, firstly, consuming so much of energy, and there's so many harmful gases being emitted. So it's also adding up to air pollution, water pollution. The way electronic waste gets disposed of, again, is extremely harmful. Gases are getting emitted there. Soil degradation, fossil fuels. So it is definitely having an impact. But having said that, it's like a Tom and Jerry game is what I feel. Technology is also being used to track the harmful effect of, let's say, air or water pollution. So it's happening both ways.
True. Mukund or Amit, you can chime in if you have something to add there. You want to chime?
Yeah, +1 to Gauri. Somewhere we need to store a data. So we have data centers, and all those bit migration from one place to another causing lot of carbon emission. But I have seen a lot of big tech companies are now focusing on less emission of carbon. So I hope we will have good impact.
Interesting. Yeah. Mukund, you were saying something?
Well, I have to confess that I was totally oblivious to the fact of the impact on environment from technology. But having said that, companies like the one that I work for, Capgemini and all, they have their own separate sustainability budget.
Yeah.
They have their own way of tracking carbon emissions, and they take so many steps to reduce. Yeah. So one very good example is that this is not actually tech, but they have cut down on travel. Right, when you travel from one country to another country, you will be going by flight, and that emits so much carbon, the flight itself, from one place to another. Instead, they have had team meetings and virtual meetings, to compensate for that. And there is something called carbon accounting that has come up in our company as well, where they keep track of the carbon emitted, etc. So like this, there are steps that the companies are taking. But personally speaking, yes, I have to confess, I have not given much thought about the environmental impact of whatever we are doing from a technology standpoint.
Okay. I think this brings me to my penultimate question. I have two last questions to end this panel. I'll first talk about the ethics and privacy angle. This concerns me a lot because whenever I download an app and it asks for 10,000 permissions, can I access this? I get very bothered. I'm like, are you permeating into my everyday life, and you're taking even the breath I take, are you taking permission to track that breath? So it's becoming very difficult to have that line where technology enters your life. I want my life to be my own, but to access an app that helps me improve my efficiency of life, I have to give it permissions. I work in the tech domain, and for AI to work, for agents to work, it has to be trained on some data. It has to be given patterns that are there in human behavior so that it can predict new patterns or it can create new products. in the future. And I'm also wanting to talk about the aspect of, there is Internet of Things today. You wear a wearable in the gym and it will track how many calories you burn in while you're exercising, but you're giving it access to everything. So now if someone sitting in a glass tower in US knows that you're very particular about your health, from there they can sell you a product that they want to make related to fitness. So how do you think about ethics and privacy? Is it more important for you for an app to work well, to improve your efficiency of what you used that app for? Or you also get concerned that, this is becoming too much. I need to dial down on what is it that it really needs. And because of that, you're making very conscious decisions about what apps you use, what permissions you give. Yeah, these are essentially the two questions. We can start with you, Amit.
Yeah, I'll start with one example of ethics that I have seen around. So if you, let's say, book from Uber for a given destination, let's say from A to B,
Yeah.
you will have different fare on a different mobile. So you will get less price on Samsung or a high fare
Yeah.
on iPhone. So that is one of example of ethics. Like they track everything. They track about your device. They track about your current battery percentage. So if you have low battery percentage, you will have high fare. So yeah, these are getting misused in a different way. And starting, we don't feel how it is harmful for us, but the more we use, the more we send data to the server. And
So
then
how has it been for you? Do you feel that it is affecting you in a negative way, or is it good for you? Because you're also in the tech space.
Yes.
You know how tech works and you know what is needed to enable tech. Do you get bothered by it, or you're
Yes.
like, no, this is good, we need to do this to
Yes,
enable something?
I obviously got bothered by maybe unnecessary notification from different
Yeah.
app, and yeah.
Okay. Good. So let's talk to Mukund.
Yeah, so the only way I have got affected because of my data being out there on the net is, as Amit said, unnecessary notifications.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't take calls, from numbers which I have not stored in my mobile. I usually take only known calls, so it's never affected me that much. But having said all that, this is a very important thing, right? Because all our data is out there and people can literally
Yeah.
misuse this data. And the only way I feel that this can be countered is through proper regulation. I think the government has got a huge role to play
Yeah.
here, and they have to come out with certain laws, stringent laws, which ensures misuse of anyone's privacy for that matter. As laymen, all of us are not tech savvy, so we really don't
Yes.
know what to do or what not to do. So many a times we accept all cookies, right? Whenever there is
Yeah.
the interest of time, we just go and click accept all cookies. And
Yeah.
we do so many such things, which we really don't
Yeah.
know how it is going to affect us, right?
Yeah.
And tech savvy people like Amit, etc., may know, and they can surely do what is right. But
True.
and to protect people like us, I think regulation should play a very important role here.
True. Gauri, any closing thoughts?
So, whenever ethics come up, the first thing that comes up is integrity.
Yeah.
And like we're saying that there's so much of personal data, which is your personal data, which is out there, that the challenge lies in kind of ensuring that it's being collected, used, and protected in a responsible way. But
Yeah.
another area is, biases and discrimination. AI is tested on data sets.
Yeah.
And I think it amplifies the already existing biases that are there. Say, for example, in loan applications, or even notices that you might get from the income tax office and stuff like that,
Yeah.
all on biases. Then the whole thing of going and proving yourself and stuff like that. So I think even that is getting widened
Yeah.
when it comes to privacy.
True. Yes. When you said that notifications, it rang a bell. I recently read a LinkedIn post which was so deplorable. Like it made me feel so bad as a woman for that woman who wrote that post. She said that Zepto sent her a notification that it's time to take iPill and something like that. It was about a contraceptive. And I've worked in PhonePe before this, so I'll tell you how profiles work. Companies like PhonePe and Paytm don't necessarily take your profile. A profile consists of a name, your age, your gender, your background. All companies don't have access to your profiles, but companies like PhonePe and Paytm have started building this option where you can opt into giving your name, your gender, your age. There are platforms like Amazon who know your whole shopping history. There are platforms like Swiggy, Instamart who know what on an everyday basis, on a 10-minute basis, what you order. They know you're a woman, and for that woman, she wrote a long post on the fact that I've never ordered contraceptive from them. I am in my 40s, and it was so bad to see the company treat my personal information in a very wrong way to pitch to me something which just changed around my day. I woke up and I saw that notification. It was not at all applicable to me. I don't know how they found out that I should have used that. And it made me uninstall Zepto. And it would have gone beyond that. It's just not about uninstalling the app, but in general about your perception of technology. So I think in a very well-rounded way, we have talked about your relationship with technology, where we've talked about how a tech person looks at technology, how a very senior leader like Mukund talks about technology, how Gauri, as an image consultant, as a person who deals with so many things on a regular basis, how you talk about technology and how you deal with it. We've also talked about the fact that I think all of you have been very neutral. You've neither taken the side of technology in saying that, it's good or bad. You've talked about the positives. We have explored the negatives. We all have a responsibility, as well as the fact that the government has a responsibility towards it. Just to close this conversation, I come across a lot of technology every single day, which baffles me, but let's use this as a learning opportunity. All of you, if we can leave with one piece of technology that really revolutionized how you look at things, I'll give an example and then we can follow. So I have been dealing with and creating agents in Salesforce. Agents are basically bots that are trained on past data. They find patterns in that past data, and then they help you understand, what you can do with your future. So we were trying to create an agent where there are past documents of PF that are fed into that agent. And we are able to train the agent to answer any single question a senior citizen might ask in India if they want to ask any PF related queries to it. And it's able to solve them well. So agents and AI is something that is really interesting for me. What is that one piece of technology in the past 10 years that you've come across that you can break down for this room in a very simple one-line format, and how it changed your life? We'll go with Gauri, if you have thought about it.
So, work comes to mind first. And I think the concept of blockchain, because when we are all talking about privacy, I think that it's extremely important. It's not just, it decentralizes the way data is stored. And it's not, the access is not just with one person. So what happens there is, if anyone is trying to alter any data or any transaction, everyone will be notified. And everyone has to approve that change, and only then any alteration or correction or whatever can be made. And I think that's huge, especially in this in the field of chartered accountancy or any workplace scenario.
Yeah. Amit?
Yeah, for me, as I've already discussed, there is a app where you can click a picture or write something, and you can prompt in a text manner or voice manner, and it will give you a reply of that question.
Oh.
Another tool I'm recently using is like there is some document of, let's say, 10 pages. So within just one tap, we can get the summary of that.
Is it Node GPT?
Not it. This is available in Google. It's
LLM, notebook LLM.
No, this is integrated with Google Docs.
Okay,
but
okay.
It's still not available.
So it's like an extension.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
It is still not GA.
Okay.
But that is available in Google.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
interesting. I've used Node GPT a lot recently. Whenever I wanted to summarize a 50-minute YouTube video, I just paste the link there and it does that. Mukund, what is that one piece of technology?
Actually, there are two. And the second one came to my mind after hearing Gauri speak about blockchain.
Okay.
The first one is about how even accountants have made use of artificial intelligence, AI, generative AI, to identify duplicate invoices. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem where money goes twice from the company's bank account for the same invoice. Right? And the AI has played a very big role in identifying this and flagging it off as saying this could be a potential duplicate and you should take care of this. That is one piece of tech that has interested me. And another one that I wanted to talk about was on relating to blockchain. So when it comes to blockchain, I think this has not yet been implemented as far as I know anywhere, but it is called smart contracts. And these are smart contracts where everything is coded. Like, for instance, if I and you get into an agreement, say you have a house to sell and I have a house to buy, and we both get into an agreement for the sale of this house, then the entire transaction which is there in a particular deed is coded in software. So, as and when each thing happens, like for instance, if I have to pay you 10% advance by such and such a date, that is coded over there in such a way that the software will go to my bank account on that particular due date, fetch the money and put it into your bank account, you being the seller, for the 10%. So post that, you will have to perform your part of the contract. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought I missed out for a second. So like that, each stage of the contract is coded, right? And what this does from an accounting standpoint is that you don't have to do any accounting at all. Everything is done in the back end. So my guess is 20 years from now, and it's ironical that it is coming from me, 20 years from now, accountants might become redundant. And so are the auditors. I myself being a chartered accountant, when I read that, I realized, oh my God, what is going to happen? Thank God I'll be very old by that time, so it's okay. So that is the second piece of information that really fascinated.
Interesting. So I think we are at the end of our panel discussion. We talked a lot about the touch points that technology permeates into your life, the pros and cons of it. It was really interesting to see. I thought we'd talk about crypto, NFT, blockchain, but we actually talked about apps that influence our life. Again, it got elements of your personality out. Mukund talked about aspects of business and aspects of real estate and buying a property and doing contracts. Gauri talked about blockchain, which I definitely wanted to touch upon. It was in my mind. And Amit talked about, again, very tech savvy kind of, note-taking apps and answering apps where you put a question and it answers it. So technology is omnipresent today. It is upon us to urge, influence in our own little ways the privacy and ethics of it, and at the same time use it ethically. With this, I'd like to close the panel for today. And yeah, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Upasana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arshin, for a very interactive panel discussion. And through your panel discussion, even our audience have got to know too much about technology and in different segments, how technology is impacting our life or has impacted in our lives. Thank you so much for our panel moderator and the people who were in the panel. Thank you so very much. Now it's time to take break. We'll take a 5 minutes break. So we'll come back at 11:18. Until then, we are into a pause mode. We'll resume back with our table topic session and evaluation. So don't just go away. It's just a small break.